Were you into scary stuff when you were young? What'd you watch, man? I remember Are You Afraid of the Dark? That joint always hit for me. Only not really though, because we had Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, one thing about me, I like me some scary. And I don't mean your average hack and slash, guy in a mask kind of thing, That stuff works well as an introduction to the horror genre. Then you realize there's levels to it. Not that many, but still. After the hack and slash vibes, you kind of graduate to the paranormal side of things. Maybe you really like those paranormal activity movies back in the day, but a person can only really be jump scared a good few times before they stop being afraid of things that go bump in the night. Hell, plenty of things go bump in the daytime too. After we graduate from, Freddy, Jason, and Casper the Friendly Ghost, then you got your surreal, weird for the sake of being weird type joints. Then you got the two heavyweights. You got your existential dread, and you got your cosmic horror. You got to be a real storyteller to be able to pull some stuff off like that. Thing like Twilight Zone. What else we got? It's not really a lot of things out there that's really scary like that. For real. Like once you hit adulthood and life gets scary enough. So what can I'm trying to think. I'm trying to name three. So the whole horror genre is really an iceberg. Many mediums scratch the surface, but the ones that dig a little deeper are the ones that leave a permanent scar on your psyche, well into adulthood. Casper could never, but Courage could. I know y'all remember this one. And it's not an accident. This show really taps into those deeper elements of the genre and somehow kept it tame enough for Cartoon Network. It doesn't tap into existential dread all that much. I say that's way too far for a kid show, but they most definitely tapped into that good old cosmic horror and all things surreal. So today, we're gonna talk about it and how this show, and this purple dog got the horror genre down. And by the way, he ain't no coward.
Worries on my shoulders, whole team on my back. Nothing is for granted, nigga. Ain't no turning back. Keep it moving, yeah. That's all I know. On the phone, you could tell him I don't fall for nothing. Nah, try and brave some, yeah. I won't fall in traps. Only time I press is with the dirt now. Little homie fall back.
I love this show.
That's all I know.
In Return of the Slab, Courage finds a slab, go figure, in the dirt. Being a dog, he brings it into the house. So it's his fault. Anyway, Eustace thinks it's garbage until he finds out it's worth $1 million. And I forgot these joints were only like 11 minutes a pop, because the evil King Ramses dude starts messing with them like expeditiously. It seems like, anyway. Since it's stolen and the old man ain't really trying to give it back, he just kind of messing it up for everybody. Those nice those nice thieves don't get that payday. The museum or whatever, they don't get that merchandise. And now you got King Ramses out in the cold, having to come hat in hand to ask for his own stuff back. I be trying to tell y'all, if it ain't yours, just leave it alone, man. Put it back. That's Courage's fault this time. It ain't hard to tell why why this one is so creepy. King Ramses is a great example of the surrealness aspect I mentioned earlier. Seeing this for the first time as a kid, it will have you questioning, like, what are you looking at? It's like you don't know what it is, so it's unsettling, and it makes you feel uneasy, and you don't really know why. Plus, that early CGI was doing a lot of the heavy lifting, we gotta be honest. I was watching this one while making this video, and his curse and his plagues or whatever, they were like light work for Courage. Actually, he took it out in like I said, 11 minutes. That's crazy. Talk about talk about a guard dog. This little purple grape has saved these two so many times. I can't believe how short these episodes were. I remember this being a turbulent event too, watching this for the first time. And then boom, it's time to go to bed. Good night. All the adults in the room acting like they didn't see what I saw on the TV. Like we gotta have a talk about this. Like, I'm not sure how to feel about it, and I'm shook up because of King Ramses. But I was hooked though. From then on, I was always on the hunt for anything and all things scary. Crazy part about this episode is that after all these years, King Ramses was like, he's kind of a chill guy. He gave them like hella leeway. So Freaky Fred, all right. So Fred the barber comes to town, and he's Muriel's nephew. Muriel weird in her own right for being related to this dude. And he's weird off the bat. And he really, really likes cutting hair. I'm surprised Eustace even sat down beside him, actually. Courage instructed, he's instructed to show him to the bathroom. And Fred decides to give him a haircut. But hold up, he's actually not being overtly weird yet. Just let him cut your hair, Courage. See, that's not really all that bad. He's literally doing his job. Oh, wait. Now, Courage calling the authorities just because he got a haircut. So they bust in and they take him back to the loony bin. And I'm not going to lie, I don't remember him being a barber at all. This one is always one of the ones. It's like more memorable when I looked up how scary these episodes were, like top 10 scary Courage joints. But this wasn't really all that scary for me. It was kind of mid. But it has to do with that surrealness I keep harkening back to. But really, all that happened was a weird dude gave Courage a haircut and left. And Courage be exaggerating sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. They all can't be W's. But I'm sure we've all met a Fred once or twice in our lives. You don't really know what his deal is, but there's something off about him. And it's always a dude, too. Dudes get weirder than women. They just do. We just kind of sink into the abyss because don't nobody care when we struggling, so we be gone. So this is the mid episode upon second watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a fan of talking in rhyme. Rhymes aren't scary. We rhyme to children all the time. I just rhymed again right there. So it's a chill, dark, and stormy night in the middle of nowhere. But the rain left a mysterious puddle. And lo and behold, it's a lady in it, just chilling in there. Courage shows Muriel the puddle as if warning this old couple about anything at all has ever worked out in the past. She just treats him like a dumb dog, so now Courage has to monitor the situation himself. But, so far, a lady in a puddle ain't really that scary. Oh, never mind, he's right. He's always right. How's she getting the tea? So the lady comes and she comes back and she keeps spraying Eustace with water or spit or whatever she got going on. And now he wants to run away with her and live in the puddle or whatever she got going on. So of course he goes and takes a bath. I guess he can finally follow her back to the puddle now. Except not yet, because he couldn't fit. What's going on? She gets bolder and bolder until she just kind of snatches him up from out the bed. Courage should have just let that man go. He loved it there. But Muriel said, and of course Courage can't have that. So now Courage gotta go get him. So far, her only real crime is breaking and entering and stealing Muriel's man. So it's not exactly scary, though. Oh, there it is. So Courage manages to save Eustace and steal the evil witch lady. But can't she just come back next time when it rains? Ain't that how she got there in the first place? Why she show up in the first place? I had a lot of fun going back and watching this one. It obviously doesn't hit the same since the horror genre tends to bank on that first watch, but it still holds up pretty well. I think it's the perfect show to show your little cousin or your little nephew. Me and my students will watch this joint back in Japan. They couldn't pronounce Courage the Cowardly Dog, so they just called it Purple Dog. This wasn't one of my absolute favorite shows or anything, but it did manage to serve its purpose. Fill a void, and the formula is something unique, that you couldn't find just anywhere. I think we'll be doing a nice little calm slide back into the anime side of things for the next video. Might segue into it, might just go full throttle. Either way, Courage the Cowardly Dog wasn't really about monsters. It was about living in a world you don't fully understand and still protecting the people you love anyway. And it ain't nothing cowardly about that.
Yeah, don't make me have to go reloading it now. Hollows hit him up like I can see now. Go reload the Nina. Bullets clearing out the whole arena. Yeah. Cause God lay him down.